Alright, hello everyone. I'm gonna show some of the world's Minecraft. This one right here is from Easter 2019. A lot of us were off for holidays. Siege was riddled with bugs, and we just wanted a game to play. So I made a new world and invited my friends, and we played it consistently a lot for like about a month. Everything you see in this world is from about a month. There was a lot of drama and stuff in this world, you know. I think that's what people like, you know. But there was always stuff going on, and yeah, it was fun. This is my first world on PlayStation 4 that I played with people. Like started with a lot of people. Usually people would join my worlds later on. But yeah, I'll show screenshots to show the progression of stuff because obviously nothing you see here was here to begin with, you know. And I'll show that throughout the video. And I've got some other worlds I'll probably show gradually over time. They're going to take forever to upload these, and also I've got some random clips of me running about the world with my friend George, which played a lot in this world, and I was just talking to him about stuff which I thought was funny. So I'll add that in, but I hope you enjoy it, and I'll cut to the part of me talking in the clip itself. But yeah, um, within the first few days, I had a little base here. Everyone would kind of congregate here, and there were, on this world, I played with a lot of people, and there was always a lot of drama. I remember. Uh, yeah, I put glass into it later on because I didn't want people to break stuff, mess about with it. I chopped some villagers early on down here. I've just had a basic chest and furnace system for a good amount of time. Clear my throat a bit. Endangered life forms. There's the world map. There's a lot more stuff in this world. I honestly forget a lot of it. We are right here. I added a clip not too long ago in a video a few months ago where my friends Edward and Kizit were going to go to a willow mansion. I got invisible pots and followed them through the desert. That was around there. Um, but yeah, I'll show you things. I had a secret room I hid under here. It's all empty now, but I had an enchantment area and then a secret room where I would get enchants and put them down low, hidden. I would put a trap pressure plate here and I would turn it on and off when I needed to. But yeah, I cleared it all out, but yeah, I kept it there for a long time. I just told people not to enter. There was trust in that in the server until a certain amount of time. I'll tell you why and how. And how people, yeah, I don't know, there was always something happening, you know. This is older Origin version of Minecraft, so the it was just more of a grind to get gear, build up gear. We had that skeleton spawner in a desert. I'll show you. That's what we used for XP for a long time. I've got a clip where this is Kieran's dock, but I have a clip where I caught Kieran doing something on my chest and I killed him. He logged out and I couldn't lava his base because in this old version of Minecraft, I couldn't lava the pit, I mean, when he logged out because you can't lava a certain distance from spawn. But I made him run deeper into this cave here and I eventually lavaed him so he lost his items and he learned his lesson that I had more power and I would control what happened in the world. He built his dock on like the second day. It didn't look as nice as this, I'll be honest. But he built a dock here on like the first or second day, and George burned it, and they forever hated each other and fought each other. And then George does what he always does, which is build far away. So from this point onwards, he made a base and he made it hidden, and was always trying to hide from people and stuff. A lot of friends and I played with played in this world and there's just stuff everywhere, so yeah. The little spawn mine goes down. Um my friend Tom, I used to play COD with, had a little bit he built his house and he only played in the world for like 2 days. But yeah, so yeah. I'll fly around, I'll show you. It would take forever to upload it if I did this for a long period of time to upload it and stuff. So I figured I might as well stream it as long as the quality isn't awful. This is my friend Big Urban and Tippy's house and stuff. Um, Turner and stuff like that. They had, and a boy called Andreasberg, a little Swedish kid. They had bases over there, but that was later on. Um, initially Turner and Tippy and Kieran and stuff, they were all in this prank together, and they went over to Turner and Dylan's base and some other people far away. I'll show you, and they pranked it with bamboo, and I followed them in a voice in a party chat at the time, and I played sides. I was on everyone's good side, but um, I'd be in a party with them as they were doing the prank and spectated it, and then one of them logged on at the time, and they caught one of them because they were all invisible, so you couldn't see their name tags, and you couldn't abuse one high skins back then to like keep your armor on while you're invisible. So they one of the people logged on. I think it was Dylan. He chased them back in the Nether, and he found out who it was, and they ended up re-pranking them. They put bamboo everywhere here. They kept the theme as you can see, but there was bamboo literally everywhere, and yeah, they pranked them back. I remember Bigger Bandit VC made a massive quarry and mined a bunch beneath his base. I might go look at that later. But yeah, I remember joining the call with Turner and that. They asked like what's happening. Someone pranked us. I joined the party being completely lost, like whoa, what's happened, stuff like that. I always made casinos and with friends. They were always fun. You never see a bookie with a part-time job, and I would always go up, I'd always win stuff if I'm in a casino, so I usually made one and hosted. This is Kieran, so he made this quite early on. He was always good at redstone, still is, and no one really trusted him, because he'd make shit like this, and they'd be RNG redstone puzzles, or contraptions. They were good machines he made, but no one really trusted the stuff he said and things, and he did. So one day NASA went and go, yeah, find out what was in his what you could get, like, what was the actual loot, because no one really knew, and then he got caught. I remember I tried to help him escape when Kieran wasn't on one day and stuff like that. I remember he died as well and lost some of his stuff, and Kieran had a hopper down there, and then Nazza couldn't get his stuff back because Kieran made some fancy redstone, so Nazza couldn't get his items back and stuff. But yeah, and then that kind of caused a war itself. Good times, good times. Yeah, there's just a bunch of random stuff. But yeah, we played a lot in a short amount of time, so there's just buildings and stuff everywhere. I remember in older versions of Minecraft at the time, for some reason there was like a corruption, and I remember logging onto the world after not, when it kind of died down, not a lot of people were on it as much, and big builds and just things that people done in like the past week were just erased. I wasn't sure at the time we were recording this, but George told me that he burnt this. It was like a nice big wooden building with a nice big like roof. I'm pretty sure it was Squishy Communist base, aka Rory, Scottish boy used to play Siege with, or Kieran. But yeah, it didn't go away by data corruption, which is what I thought. It was just another one of George's classics. NASA had a base down here in a mine. It didn't look all as fancy. He spent ages, and I helped him out a lot trying to make an elevator shaft. He essentially just he later on just removed it all, but it it did work for a bit, but for some reason it just broke. Redstone. So yeah. Uh, he just used this staircase. He was always mining, and he didn't know what he wanted to do for a base, so he just made this. It never all looked like this, and at one point, I linked it to spawn. I made a little safe path, like, so I could easily. I had tunnels everywhere on all my walls that went to places that people didn't really know about. Obviously, there's tunnels everywhere here, but this one went to the spawn mine. I made a secret one, but later on, the spawn mine was just enhanced, increased in size, and yeah, my secret tunnel was like kind of non-existent because it was obviously linked. Little automatic sugarcane farm. NASA just he farmed a lot of stuff, stored a lot of stuff. Um, George had always had like it's a common theme in the newer realms. Where George always moved away because he had problems with people, but he did it even in these older worlds. Like was telling it to people when in the more current realms we played, that he even did this back then, a couple of years, this is 2 or 3 years ago, but um, he'd always do this stuff. He'd always have problems with people and have to move away. I think it was Kizza that made that a little glass thing. This was a sumo arena. I'd often bet diamonds in it with friends. They kind of lacked value. This was the first world I made where I had mending existed from the start. Um, Before this, I had a world I played one of my first, not my very first, but one of my first PS4 worlds I played mostly solo, and that was when mending and stuff came into play and elytras and that. But with this, I knew that they already existed and I knew how to get them and stuff. So diamonds kind of lacked value, but we still used it as currency. There wasn't that much shops in Ireland as well, but still people did like trades in that. XP was still difficult to obtain in this version. It was a lot of a grind just to get basic enchantments, and yeah, so you'd often use books in that as a trading point. But I'd always beat people in the sumo. And the older Origin version of Minecraft, these type of game mechanics was just kind of dodgy with PvP, to be honest. I would put it down to ping, and that's why I won a lot of them, to be honest. But I don't know. I could just combo people when they didn't really do much, I felt. Little tree farm. Had someone's old base there. And then Turner had villagers here. He'd sell books and that. And Dylan. I remember I trolled Andreasburg for like 30 minutes with with a bow and stuff. Here, he didn't know who it was or what was happening. He had a little hut here. I'll go in the Nether and go far. There's a lot of stuff that's far away I kind of forget. I also have, I've got screenshots of me making a tunnel here that goes to my tree farm. I made this tree farm later on in the world, but because I just needed wood for projects, and I made a tunnel. I cleared the water out of it. It looked all nice. I've got screenshots of the entire process, but I got some like world corruption and it just set it all back. I remember so. Um, yeah. My sense is quite high. Everything just feels weird in this version. It's crazy because I played so much of it, but these days obviously different version. I haven't played it in ages. I'm gonna get my fortune pick and I'll show you something that still exists in current version of the game, but it used to be a lot more stronger. You can use like fortune on potatoes and it kind of multiplies the drop rate. Look at this. It's just mad. 16 from 4, you know. Um, I think that still exists, but I don't think it's as good as it is in this version. I think George had a secret base out here the first time. This is a little tree farm. It's kind of old basic tree farm. I always had these in my worlds as well because they were just nice. These are like the first tree farms that ever existed people made in Minecraft. Um, I did make oak slabs going across the top, so they would be 7 blocks tall, and you wouldn't get any of the big tall trees, which pretty sure I've seen one. Yeah, big tall annoying trees. You need to build up to take them out. You just allow them to fall. I made it more easy to use with scaffold and stuff. They all just drop down. You just go down the staircase to get to it and that. Let you go down with this. But yeah. I have another world I'll probably show. I don't know if I'll do it today. I'll probably take my good amount of time. There's a lot of just random builds with friends and that. A lot of stuff I just don't know about. A lot of things people did and that. I remember making this for him because he was always a complete noob with redstone. What I will call you. Yeah, okay, buddy. Yeah, yeah, another just generic anagram base. I'll probably just leave the wall without saving anyway, so I'll be alright. I missed the old wall generation. That was a random mine that went down with minecarts. Can't think today. can't recall what this goes to. I think someone set up a little mob farm here as well. Skeleton spawner later on or something. I'll show you my little skeleton spawner. We all use this at the start of the world. It would take us like 10-15 minutes just to go from level 27 to 30. You know, it's tedious. Tedious. I remember doing raids solo at night time when I first started this world. Um, that was my first time doing a raid because my older world raids didn't exist, so outposts didn't exist, you know. So just because it was an older world. So I remember doing a lot of them at the start of this world. Just a single one spawner skeleton spawner. I remember everyone chipped in to get an enchantment table here, and we moved it about to anywhere that was valuable. Everyone chipped in because, yeah, you can get books from villagers, but no one went to a woodland mansion yet, and we made the spawner like day 1 or day 2, and we got full enchantment set up as fast as we could, and yeah, it was still some grind. And you couldn't make you couldn't get leather easily either. There's entity cramming everywhere in Minecraft, you know, but the way how the older mob crap, not entity cram, there's mob cap with every mob in Minecraft, but the way how it used to be on this version is, or it still is in this version, you know. Back then it was, you'd be lucky if you could put 16 cows in one area, you know. There was a mob cap for different types of mobs, and it was just it just made farming basic stuff a whole lot more annoying. There was never any gold farms or element farms. There still really aren't in Bedrock. There's gold farms, but they're not used for like XP. And then obviously stuff like OP smokers don't exist, you know. Smoker farms. And guardian farms are extremely tedious. You couldn't make them like you do in Bedrock. You had to do it the old PC way. You can do it differently on PC these days, but you have to like clear the entire area, the villager and I don't know the guardian monument, and then guardian temple, and then yeah, take out all the war. I wanted to show you this. This is mobs don't see the carpet and they think it's just a drop that they won't be able to get out, so they don't try to go up to your door. Um, that's a nice way to prevent mobs getting in your base. I used to have villagers always below. So yeah. I'll go in the nether, I'll show you. I remember making basic nether system. But people, the thing is early on there wasn't any drama besides Kieran and George. And then as it progressed, people just either looked for it or it wasn't really off, it wasn't very bad, it didn't interrupt a lot of stuff, but people wanted to keep things more secret, so they made their own tunnels, and I never made like a clean like tunnel system to get to A to B. It was just a tunnel that goes to a place and that's it. It didn't make it nice, didn't make it anything that's like used a lot. Like we'd reset the end to get shulker boxes in the old Minecraft. Um, you would you would restart the end. You'd go in the end. You'd kill the dragon. You would go through that one end gate that was spawned, and sometimes on your world, it would be the same every time when you restarted the end. You would, if you were lucky, you would have a end city, the first end gate you went through. But sometimes you would need to respawn the Ender Dragon another time and get a second end gate, and you didn't have an end city, and you need to respawn it a third time. And then you get, or kill it, I mean, you need to kill the Ender Dragon 3 times. You open up 3 gates, and on that third time, in the third end gate, you get a entity, and then you need to reset the end in the main settings, and then kill Iron Dragon another 3 times to open up that third gate to then yeah, go to the entity. That's the way how shulker boxes needed to be obtained. That's the grind it was. I remember going in to do it with my friends like naked, um, and they wanted the XP from the dragon, and they would need help, and I remember just going in with nothing really, and just helping them shoot the stuff out and stuff like that, you know, and then giving them the XP. But it was so much more tedious to go in the end. But you seen that tunnel looked all nice, you know. If it was something people used a lot, and I designed it myself, I made it look nice. There's a fortress not too far away, but I turned it into a general like wither skeleton farm, not an amazing one. So another fortress I put all the way over there, that people could use. If I remember correctly, the wither skeleton farm should be this kind of direction. Um, yeah. It's Wither skeletons used to be so much more awkward to farm because, like current Bedrock version, it's a 5.5% drop rate for a skull, you know. Um, and then with each level of looting, it's plus 1%. So you've got an 8.5%, and then on top of that, the rates for the drop is a lot higher, and the it's a lot more easier to survive. You're like invincible with netherite. But I know version of Minecraft, like you can slime blocks exist at this time, but like, they just kind of one they don't work the same. Like a general weatherskin farm, they still would be derpy. They'd be difficult to make a weatherskin farm these days as well in Bedrock, but um, they were derpy, and then the mob spawns are just absolutely atrocious. But you see me mob spawn proof all this, which is a job itself, let me tell you. And then yeah, uh, you really just don't get a lot of skulls. The old drop rate used to be a lot worse. I made a little cage because I used all the iron I had before I had an iron golem farm to make that the beacon here. I mined a lot of this out to make it flat. I had a double blaze spawner there. I harvested a lot of blaze rods early on for XP because you get double the amount of XP from blazes. Um, than another mob, but yeah. I use this boat as like a tunnel to go back and forth. I remember old version, you wouldn't get any momentum if you didn't start off in a clear bit of ice. If you started off in buttons, you don't go anywhere, but you need to start on a clear patch. But it uses daylight sensors, as this is the perfect height for wither skeletons because they're not 3 blocks tall and they're not 2 blocks tall. They're like 2 blocks and a bit. With daylight sensors, you only aggro the wither skeletons and nothing else. Sometimes the magma cubes, but either way, they can't get to you, you know. So you just run down here to the very end and collect them. I'll show you that process. I didn't send the recording, but I just use this to reset the spawns and refresh them. A lot of time I just get like skeletons and blazes or something like that, and not wither skeletons what I wanted. So I would use this to unload the chunks and then reload them. For the amount of time it takes to even just make this, all the blocks, you know, everything, like it, you just don't get a lot of out of it, you know. I got two wither skeletons. Usually one spawns behind me once I go up a little bit. I don't know. I need to align myself. I'm just about so it's close enough to aggro. If they're all the way over by the wall, I can just barely aggro them. Yeah, I only get two wither skeletons. You get the gist. Take some time. And I mean that's with arguably the best spawn rates. Like I've half slabbed a lot. Not as much. I could have slabbed more, but at the other side of this farm, there's a little bit where the wither skeletons walk up into a hopper layout, and you just hit their feet, and that's how you collect the wither skeletons at the end of the farm. That's just a dead island. I was gonna make a passive wither skeleton farm there. Not wither skeleton, passive mob farm, like for sheep, cows, stuff like that. Because I couldn't farm on passive mob farms were more ideal if I wanted to use steak, which steak was kind of difficult to come by. A lot of people just use baked potatoes. A lot of portals that lead to a lot of places I don't remember. Sumo Arena. A lot of these portals are real close by. It caused quite a lot of problems earlier. I always had to make the portals for people because I didn't know they worked too well. There's a lot of little secret paths to places and stuff like that. No access. Lol. annoying bee things. This was Tippy's drone farm. I've been at work in current Minecraft Bedrock, but this was just a zombie spawner, and once the zombies spawned, they went into a water stream, and once they were in water for long enough, they turned into drones, so you could farm it for tridents. In current Minecraft, you can only get, in current Bedrock these days, you only get a trident from a drown that's holding a trident, and then on top of that, there's only a percentage drop chance. For even 6 months ago, I would say, you would still have a possibility of getting a trident out of a drown that wasn't holding a trident, you know. But they're so much more difficult to get these days, and I think it's their attempt to nerf drowned, not drowned farms, trident killers, trident XP killers, because like you use them in any mob farm. This is to my casino that I always make. Um, use them in any farm in current Bedrock, and they are OP. But I believe they're trying to nerf them as well directly, rather than nerf trident drop rate. But I don't know if that is why they do them, but it's only really reasonable thing that makes sense. The X's means coal, which means it's a loss. The O's mean gold, which means you win. Uh, you can tell the kind of percentage drop rate. The house always wins, so I'd make these, and it was fun with people. We'd come here with 5 people with that, and people would stick stuff in. Yeah. They aren't actually RNG dispensers, they've got a certain layout, but no one needs to know that. And I didn't do the math to work out when I was going to win or lose to try influence what people betted and didn't bet. It's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like in the grid like along. It goes like a really weird pattern, but it's always the same. Yeah. I remember Pizza used to make a casino like that in a server with people like Nutrium, Chocobo, Vixstar, you probably know, stuff like that. In a world, he made that casino. These tunnels go on for ages, and they just go to arguably pointless places. This is a tunnel to Turner's base. This is his first base, and this is where like NASA, Tippy, and that all got into his pots one night and went to their base, and then Bamboo thanked them for fun, I guess. I don't know if there was a reason behind it. Yeah, do you remember this tunnel here? I'm pretty sure this was Turner's
There's
base.
like one oh it's like Ed's space, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Oh, maybe Ed's base, yeah. Nah, I can't, I don't remember, but do you remember people used to always mine this fucking tunnel? Like, all the
Yeah,
time.
there was like you yeah, that's what you used to do, like make like a little
Yeah,
hole and
you
people
just
run
look at the
through it.
chat. You've been a party with 5 people. There'd be 8 on the wall. You look in the chat. Someone died. Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was this block here, yeah,
someone
that
mined
one.
the block. Yeah, comedy. Until someone falls on with all the good gear. And that's before netherite. Like you want fire resistant. Like with netherite, it's literally as if you've got fire resistance. But we're just playing diamond. You're gonna die. They had a redstone door for a long time here, but obviously it's not here anymore. As you can see, they don't like us. uh, it was fine until they made this tunnel. This wasn't always here. But yeah, I remember going in with 4 or 5 people in here, and they knew about the redstone door, and they mined through it, and they went into this area and put dirt everywhere. I remember cleaning up the process with someone that logged in and tried to catch him, and I just acted oblivious to what happened. Like I was trying to stay good on everyone's side, and I was letting people know like not to somewhat fear me as well. So I had power and I could control what happened. Not that I was using a bad sense like a communist, but I just didn't want things to get out of hand. As you see from the chicken corp they had, they were after Kieran and Kieran. This is Kieran here that I'm on about Kieran. Kizza was also called Kieran. But fuck you, lol, Kieran was he was good with redstone, so he'd always make like traps and stuff. It was a good time. I remember they held one of someone's. I think they took someone's sword or something valuable from someone, and I got an invis pot and hid in the corner here, mining into the wall, and I hid from them, and they didn't leave. I was in a party with my friends, trying to navigate their base, trying to find this thing for them, and they didn't want to leave that area. They were in it for like 10 minutes straight. I was just sitting on the wall with only one more invis pot, and it was slowly going at a time, stuff like that. I think I've got clips on my PlayStation 4 of that, or on my hard drive, I'm not sure. I got to find remnants of one of George's paths here to one of his newer bases. He always made, if you played newer realms with me, you know, but he always made these scuffed paths to bases, and he didn't make it obvious so people wouldn't find his shit. But yeah, like that's another path that goes away in a big circle, remember? This is a more direct one, I think. Um, I'm not sure. There's a bunch of different ways. I would fly to his base. I made like I lit up parts of the netherrack so I knew to get back with ease. Because I'd go to his base a lot to help him with something sometimes. But he had like three, I think, different bases on this world that were hidden just over time in like a 2 or 3 week span. Because people would find them or someone got a tip what it is, you know. And he just didn't trust anyone. He trusted me surprisingly, but um, you don't learn. You do these in the new films as well. You piss people off and then you make these shite tunnels.
I try to do normal ones now.
No, but you piss people off and you want to hide your base, so you need to do all this shit. Otherwise, folk will try to grief you.
Why'd you get hit with fire? It like makes you jump higher. What is that about? Oh,
There was something there, you know. He made it look like there's something important down low here and all that, but his base was up there. Little village. There we go. And I messed about the portal so I could link this one in his base down to the one down low. Someone would find his base. I remember. It's the most special. Sorry if that's loud, maybe it's just my headset. I ain't got time for that. Is it here I went out? I feel like it was the other way. I'll just leave the wall where it's saving so it don't matter. Yeah, it was this way. As you can see by all the flames from the gas trying to shoot me. There was always low mob count for every mob but gas, so there's always enough gas around. That's the casino. A bunch of animals. These go to my friends' bases, but they made them in a way that, like, kind of like George's base, so I helped them with it. So you go through one port, you come out the other one, and it's kind of deceiving. This goes to Turner's base, I believe, Turner Downs and that. They lived here for a short bit of time. I helped them move out. Um, they made a cave to fuck with people. That's their base there. I went to a cave over there, like 300 blocks away, and I made a new portal. I've got a clip of me doing that, like in a voice chat, party chat, making that with them. Their base never looked this scuffed, but they were always messing about with villagers. There was never rails and that. I did the water in later. I got screenshots of people just congregating here. So there's all this, but this tunnel up here. I still don't fully know what some of the tunnels lead to, but I helped NASA and Tippy make a wrestling trapdoor to trying to bait people to go to a far area and not to their base. It was awkward to do, and it's all open now, but There used to be another portal at the end. This that goes to the base I was just in. There used to be another portal, and that. I kind of forget who was where, whose base was what. To be honest, I think I think it was Turner and Dillon that was part of that chicken, diamond chicken, but I'm really not sure. But yeah, um, was it over here? I had something I recall. Forget what I was in this, to be honest. Is that a blaze farm? Need to get more rockets. Forget what's here. I had a base I made later on far away, but because of that, like, I'm pretty sure this is Kieran as well. Chef would take that shit serious. Not having a slow chapter or something. Um, oh, who was that here? I think Edward played in this at World a bit. Yeah, he played in it a bit, but I think this might have been his area. I really don't remember. Kazak, oh yeah, Kazakian, okay. Okay, but yeah, that's all bit though. This is an older world generation, it's not infinite, you know, so this is probably almost as far as you can go. A good bit away anyway. I remember making it on the ground bit, which I have screenshots of, that I kind of lost, just like that tunnel back at spawn I was talking about. And yeah, so I had in the other portal I had a black concrete cage, really up high. So when you went to my portal, you wouldn't go to the one down low, you would go to the one up high, and you couldn't tell where you were, and there was only one way to get out, and you couldn't go back to the portal because you were stuck in the nether portal. So the only way to get out was by falling or mining the obsidian, and I would use that to kind of mess people up so they wouldn't really come here. But people weren't gonna find my area as it was. I don't think a lot of people knew about it. They had screenshots, but as you see, there's no coordinates in the top left like there is in Bedrock, which I normally enable. So like people didn't know where I was when I sent screenshots and that to chats. But for some reason it's not there unless it's just out of my banner distance. This is a basic mob farm. Still a very efficient one. It's by GNM Bomb. It runs off a repeater clock. I could use an Aether Sulfur clock, but the repeaters is more precise, accurate. That is very efficient. I could make it strictly for creepers, which is what I use a lot for gunpowders, you know, by using trapdoors and slabs to evade the spider spawns. And if you use trapdoors, it makes it so only creepers can spawn. But I like the bones and the witches and stuff like that, you know. It is very good. The redstone in it alternates the slabs, the platforms, so it pushes the mobs down. They go into the water in the bottom, and then they fall and die from fall damage. So usually zombies will survive, but that's really it, as you can see. But I'll show you. I would sit here AFK for like a couple of hours while then I go do something like that, and I'd get a double chest to two chests, double chest full of just stuff. I only really use the gunpowder, but I mean the bones are nice, you know. And Bedrock these days, bones are real nice. Can make a lot of stuff with them. I did have a big, this is what I'm on about. It's not here, but I put screenshots of it. I had like artificial oak trees I planted in a big circle, ginormous circle. I made a nice curved leaved roof, probably 10 blocks off the ground. And then I made a big underground bit with a water chute. It went down into it. The little villager POW camp down here in the floor for men and villagers. I really just use this for. I had a little storage, but I really don't know if it's still here. I feel like that might have just been erased. I've got a screenshot being inside of it. Um, and then some. Don't know what the fuck I wanted to do here, to be honest. I remember trying to build this, but I think my stuff is off. Oh, there's the underground bit I was talking about. And then there's a tower I don't make. I think I was gonna make a windmill there. I would don't know. I uses a golden apple to make that sign of banner. But yeah, random stuff. Just a little bit for storage, you know? Random stuff. There's some more show. The stuff far away, but I really don't remember all that jazz, to be honest with you. Basic underground mine and stuff. There was a big tower over there, but that lost from corruption. World corruption. Or data corruption, what you want to call it. There was, yeah, there's a little chimney. That's cool. Yeah, Bigger Bandit, he used to live in this house, and him and Tippy and that, they made and a friend, they made I think this was Ben, OPW Games house. Yeah, I Havoc. His older name was OPW Games. That was Tippy, and then Ben, aka OPW Games, and then,
Yeah, and I remember like it was this space with like the stupid. Wait,
do you
come
remember
can't see the
Andreas? He
floor.
had the base over there.
Yeah, I remember Andreas, man. Oh, I still had him added, but
Yeah,
he just never like
you just don't
I
play no more,
messaged
huh?
him.
He's 9, he's like
I
9,
messaged him and he just didn't reply. He's probably like 10 now.
10, he's probably 10 now.
Turner's shop. I'm at Turner's shop. What the fuck happened there? Probably put out of business by Kieran.
Oh no.
He had like the stupid like thing of like fucking logs just like here for like no
Oh
reason.
hi, he made a big wall all along. He was determined to finish that as well.
Yeah.
When people wanted logs, they just went to Turner's house. Because
Yeah.
they knew he had them.
Look at Kieran's fucking shop. Oh, this shit was
Do you
so
remember when
ass.
Nasser went in there and he got stuck because we wanted to find out what he was selling?
Yeah. This is so.
um, and they all lived together, they made a big quarry. This was a weird course farm. They just like mining a lot, so they did. I'm pretty sure you cleared out all that, and then there's another big open part to the quarry, and they made a massive, like, big, wide, long tunnel. This goes for like at least 1,000 blocks, I'm not kidding. And this is without haste, I'm pretty sure. It just goes, I'm pretty sure to the world border, world edge. It might even link up to someone else's bit, I really don't know, do not remember. There's mines everywhere, I tell you that. I remember people cleared out an area around Y30. We did it all one night, like together, or just like halfway up in a slime chunk without any external like application or software. We just cleared out a big flat area, and then we lit it up together, and then we found where slimes spawn, and then yeah, we'd farm slimes. We didn't really use slime blocks for a lot, so it was not bad. But yeah, I think that's that. Hope you enjoyed as always. Yeah, I'll probably make another one of these videos and make it on this world you see right here in front of me. This is one of my first PlayStation worlds, and I didn't play it necessarily with friends. I didn't have internet for a little bit of time on it, so I'd say I've played the most in that world than any other world. But compared to like PS3 Minecraft, I've really not played much Minecraft on PlayStation 4 and 5. But yeah, that's really it.